So the UK has announced that they are officially joining the war in Iran, that Iran went and targeted countries that had no hands in the war, and these are countries of their own allies, like Turkey, Cyprus, and other Gulf nations like UAE, Kuwait, Saudi. Now, it looks like Iran has woken the sleeping old warrior. The Royal Navy and Air Force will be on their way to the Gulf. Listen to the Prime Minister.
The long-standing British position is that the best way forward for the regime and the world is a negotiated settlement with Iran where they give up their nuclear ambitions. Now, that's why I took the decision that the UK would not join the initial strikes on Iran by the US and Israel. Now, that decision was deliberate. It was in the national interest, and I stand by it. But when Iran started attacking countries around the Gulf and the wider region, the situation changed. Iran has now fired drones and missiles at 10 countries that did not attack them. These are allies of the UK, where we have hundreds of thousands of British people, as well as British military personnel. Our number one priority is protecting our people.
Okay, three things. Number one is how Russia misled Iran to help them rebuild their economy. These are some of the bigger pictures in this war that most people are not seeing. Russia has been supplying Iran with intelligence on what to hit. But guess what? It has always been for their own interest, not for the interest of Iran. Because before you would wonder, what exactly is Iran doing? Why is Iran targeting the Gulf nations and especially oil facilities? Okay, so Russia, it happened that yesterday it was exposed, even by CNN, that Russia has actually been giving intelligence to Iran on infrastructures that they need to target. And guess what? Just yesterday, the US gave India the green light to start buying oil from Russia. China has started buying the oil just after this war began. This is going to help Russia rebuild their economy real fast, because now that other oil firms have been shut down in the Gulf, the only global alternative is the sanctioned country, Russia. So now some sanctions have to be lifted by force to keep the global economy stable. The second thing is the miscalculation by Iran. Iran banked on the idea that tunnels and underground operation could help them in the war. They forgot that Israel has just come out from a war with Hamas in Gaza, where they've understood exactly how these guys operate. So Israel has always known, and there are Mossad agents everywhere in Iran who already know all these secrets. I see some of their military currently disguising themselves with hijabs just to move around and to avoid being targeted. So it is already no longer looking like a war between two nations. It is now looking like a war between nations and some local militias. That's exactly what it's looking. So Iran miscalculated greatly, and as a matter of fact, Iran shouldn't have ever gone into this war. They shouldn't have ever. But sometimes trying to fight is also part of dignity. Maybe they would have chosen option of negotiation, probably. But I don't think the US needed that negotiation. I think the US and Israel didn't want negotiation. I think they just wanted this war. They wanted to get rid of these things and then install their own person there, someone that they can now discuss and, okay, this is what you should do, this is what you should never do. I think that's exactly what the US wanted. They didn't want negotiation because they know that negotiating with Iran was always a distraction. You finish negotiating, once you go home, they will continue what they are doing, and the next thing, this Ayatollah guy will start threatening. We will sink your... See, the man that said he will sink Lincoln.